Welcome to Beyond the House. My name is Bernadine Zaraleotis, and today I'm going to show you how to make spaghetti with tomato sauce and also meatball, and it's all raw. We do not have to cook it. So I'm going to show you first how to make your spaghetti, and I'm using zucchini. And here I have one zucchini. I already did some, but I'm just going to show you how to make your own zucchini spaghetti. We have this little machine here that we use. Just press it in here, and then what you do is you hold it and you can see how it comes out like spaghetti. You can see it. So you can make your own spaghetti and it's all raw. I'm gonna just take out this. You can see how long it is. I already have some here, so I'm not gonna do all of this. So I'll just take this one and bring it here so that you can see your own spaghetti. So now, after we do our spaghetti, what we'll do is we'll just season it up with a little bit of salt. You don't want it to be too salty. So for this much, because we're gonna feed a lot of people, we're gonna use about a teaspoon of sea salt. And you can also use about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. So here's 1, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're just gonna mix that up. And I like to put fresh parsley in my spaghetti, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of fresh parsley in there. So we would mix our spaghetti like this, and then just put this aside. Put this aside for now, and we're gonna do our spaghetti sauce. Now what I did was I diced up my tomatoes. So I have my tomatoes, I diced some, and then you can grate some. We're gonna season this up with a little bit of sea salt, again about a teaspoon of sea salt, and some fresh onions. You want to use the diced onions actually. I got some diced onions. So here I have about 2.5 cups of tomatoes, so I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of the diced onions. And again, I like fresh parsley, so I'm going to put about a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. When you make spaghetti sauce, you usually use basil. So I got a teaspoon of dry basil, and also I'm going to use a teaspoon of oregano, and we're just going to use 2 tablespoons of olive oil in this. So now all we're going to do is just mix this up like this. Just mix it up, and then you put it aside until you're ready to serve it with your spaghetti. So while this is marinating, I'm going to show you how to make your meatballs that we're going to use with our spaghetti. So we put this aside, and then we're going to start with our meatball. What I did was I have 1 cup of pecan meal. In this case, because it's dry, I'm going to add some oil so that we can get it to be moist. So here we use parsley, fresh parsley, and we use a little bit of garlic and onion powder. I'm using a teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of oregano, a little bit of basil, like half a teaspoon of basil. We want to use a teaspoon of sea salt, and of course you cannot have meatball without onions. So about 2 tablespoons of onions, and I like to have fresh garlic, and I also did some red peppers. I just sliced these up really fine, And I'm going to add a tablespoon of 2 tablespoons, of olive oil. And what I do with this is I just mix it in with my fingers. You can see how it's coming together. But this is what it looks like once you mix it together. And then you just break out little pieces at a time and you make your meatballs. You can see how it looks, and you can see how it looks with all the vegetables inside of it. It's all raw. So now I'm just going to put a plate together so you can see what it's going to look like when you're ready to serve it. So here I have a plate, and I'm just going to take out some spaghetti. It's a lot. Just break it out. Put your spaghetti, then you put your tomato sauce, and everything again, like I said, is raw. So you don't have to worry about cooking anything. And you just put your tomato sauce on here, and then you put your meatballs. This is how you make your raw spaghetti and meatballs. And if you like, you can also grind up some sesame seeds, the raw sesame seeds, and you can season it up with some onion powder, some garlic powder, and you can actually put, if you like, to put nutritional yeast flakes in it and some salt, and you can use it as Parmesan cheese. So I hope you enjoy this recipe, and I hope you would try it at home, and may God bless you and enjoy eating from God's hands.